Hello again, YouTube. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. Good morning. We've got a good one in store for you today. We are on our way to the lake. We're taking Margie and the new Mercury Pro XS 150, and we're going to go break in a motor. So it's very, very, very important that you guys, when you buy a new motor, or if you purchase a new motor, to break those motors in correctly. Not only can it void your warranty if you don't, but it keep you from having any problems on the water. Motor will run better, it'll run cleaner if it's broke in right, okay? So we're gonna show you guys today how to break in a new 2022 Mercury Pro XS 150 4-stroke, and we're gonna do it right. So stick with us, we'll be right back. We're gonna stop and grab some gas. Gas is the first thing you gotta get. Unfortunately, gas is way up there right now, right guys? That's all right. We're gonna stop and throw some gas in her, and we're gonna head to the lake. So we'll be right back. Let's get on the water. See you in a minute.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by.
Alright guys, welcome back. So we're out on the lake. We are breaking in the motor. Alright, so let's talk about, obviously, motor's running. Can you hear it? It's so quiet. I like it. I like it. All right. So let's talk about break-in, guys. So Mercury's recommendation for break-in, okay? Engine break-in procedure. It's right here in their book. Hope you guys can see that. It says engine break-in procedure. And it tells us, failure to follow the engine break-in procedures can result in poor performance throughout the life of the engine and can cause engine damage. Always follow the break-in procedure. So guys, they don't write this stuff in a book just because they want to print ink on paper, okay? They do it because you need to break your motor in appropriately so that it performs adequately and lasts for the extent of the life of the motor, right? So always follow your break-in procedures. So what it tells me here is for the first 2 hours of operation, run the engine at varied throttle, okay, which I'm going to speed up a little bit because we've been idling a little long now. Varied throttle settings up to 4,500 RPMs or at 3/4 throttle. So 3/4 throttle is supposed to be 4,500 RPMs, okay? And at full throttle for approximately 1 minute every 10 minutes. So every 10 minutes, we need to run wide open throttle for 1 minute, okay? For the next 8 hours of operation, avoid continuous operation at full throttle for more than 5 minutes at a time. So what does that mean? That means for 10 hours, guys, we're breaking this motor in, okay? Now, 2 hours of that 10 is going to be a varied throttle up to 4,500. So the first 2 hours is really the most important time for you to break in that motor. And then the next 8 hours, you can pretty much run it any way you want, get it up on plane, cruise, but you can't run it wide open throttle for longer than 5 minutes at a time. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna speed up a little bit here. Okay, we're gonna vary that throttle throughout that throttle up to 4,500 RPMs. Now, I have actually put an add-on on this motor, which we're gonna talk about here in just a second. Okay, we're gonna put this up. Put an add-on on the motor, which is actually Vessel View Mobile. Okay, so Vessel View Mobile is the add-on that I put on this motor, and it is extremely handy to have. It's about $250, $225 to add on to the motor, but it's well worth it, guys. And I'm going to show you guys here in just a second. We're going to vary this speed a little bit. We're going 3,500 RPMs right now, and we're having a conversation. So hopefully the wind isn't too bad. I tried to tuck y'all in behind the steering wheel or the windshield. The runner up here. Back her back down to idle. All right, so that's what we're gonna do for 2 hours. We're just gonna head up and down the lake, probably just down the lake. Put in at Louisville Point on Tellico, or I'm sorry, on Loudon. I don't know what I'm talking about. Louisville Point on Loudon, and I'm gonna run down as far as I can. Couple hours worth, and then we'll turn around and head back up. So I'm trying to put 4 or 5 hours on the motor today, at least get half that 10 hours completed. But that first 2 hours, again guys, so important. Varied throttle up to 45, wide open throttle every 10 minutes for 1 minute. Okay, so this is Vessel View Mobile. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that. That is Vessel View Mobile. It tells me my RPMs there. I'm running about 630, 650 RPMs. It tells me my gallons, how many gallons of fuel that I have left, 35.4. My mile per hour right now is 0 because we're idling. So actually I'm registering 2.8 on my depth finder, but it's telling me, oh, there it goes, 4 mile an hour on the mile per hour. Something else that it shows me, okay, will show me my temperature, 126 degrees. It bounces kind of back and forth, 127, 126 degrees on the motor. And then down here it tells me my voltage. So 14.2 volts, guys, is what I'm pushing at idle. Now, let's talk about that for a second, because the new 2022 Mercury Pro XS has a 60 amp alternator in it. So you guys that are running units like I am, I'm running a 10, Lowrance HDS 10, Lowrance HDS 8 on the console. We're running multiple units. That 60 amp alternator, guys, is pushing right now 14.2 volts at idle to my units. So I'm running extremely clean to my units. My battery is staying charged, and I'm loving it, because my old Fast Strike, I believe, was a 30, maybe a 40 amp alternator pushing back on the battery. This is double 60 amp, okay, that I'm pushing back to the battery. So I'm running extremely clean. My fuel mileage is incredible. My Vessel View Mobile tells me right now I put 42 gallon, I've got 42 gallon fuel tank. I filled it up this morning, 42 gallons, and it's telling me that I've got 225.6, 220, it varies, distance to empty, 200, and you can see it right down here, distance to empty, it's 200 to 230 miles to empty, guys, okay? And 51 hours, 29 minutes to empty. 6.6 gallons of fuel that I have used today since I've been on the water for the last 2 hours. So really cool stuff. And then also I can look and it'll tell me my hours on my motor. So it'll tell me how many hours I've put on the motor. And we just completed, guys, the first 2 hours. There it is right there. 2.1 hours on my Vessel View is what we're showing right now. So 2.1 hours. We have completed the first 2 hour break-in, and I'll tell you guys, I've run from Louisville Point on Loudon to let's see, where am I at on Tellico? I am at down just past Clear Creek on Tellico, and I've used 1/8 of a tank of fuel, maybe just a hair over 1/8 of a tank of fuel from Louisville Point on Loudon to Clear Creek on Tellico. That's incredible, guys. I mean, absolutely incredible. As far as fuel mileage, fuel consumption goes, I'm tickled to death. I couldn't be happier with this motor. So we're gonna go run her around the lake a little bit more, and we're gonna put her up on pad. We're gonna head down the lake. We're gonna run her about 35 to 4,000 RPMs for a little bit, put a little bit of more time on the motor, try to get down or get up to that 5 hopefully hours today. That'll get us about halfway through our entire break-in procedure. So I appreciate you guys coming along. Hope you enjoy it. The motor is looking fine. She's looking mighty fine, guys. The new Mercury Pro XS 150. So that's your break-in procedures. I hope that helps. As always, guys, God bless. We'll catch you on the next one.